PandaTank versus Shase. These are the PolarfluKe all-in finals. We've got a Protoss versus Protoss for us right here, and we're on Lost Temple.
Yeah, just waiting for the game to load, and we will be kicking it off. We have Shase, who is probably tipped as the favourite to win this, as the 12 o'clock position at the green Protoss, and as the purple Protoss at the bottom, we have PandaTank. So we've got everything to play for in these finals.
Yeah, PandaTank actually had a really good run thus far. He's not lost very many games. I don't know if he's even lost any. I can't say for sure, but he's been playing incredibly impressively. Quick, decisive strikes, been winning all his games. I mean, he's been a favourite in. I think he's been leaning towards the 3-gate. And he leaves himself open to sort of the mid game. You know, because he goes 3-gate, he can easily either throw down that last gateway or just that robotics facility. I do like his style of play, and it'll be great to see how he matches up against Shase.
Yeah, and we're going to know a lot about how the game is going to turn out in about 2 minutes' time, when we see exactly how people are reacting with things like gateways, whether they're putting down double gas, one gas. Between now and then, you will just have to sit and watch basically people playing probes and pylons. That's going to be about the size of it.
Yeah, it's just going to be a minute or two before we see some real action, though. We're going to see the gateways timing. The timing on the gas, probably the biggest tell of what's going to happen in the game. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Shase's gateway is going to come up.
Gateway on 12, actually. It's not chrono boosting probes there. That's why I went out on 12 and not the 13 mark. And we've got our first scout from PandaTank just coming up across the map as we speak.
Yeah, interesting. The gateway was a little bit earlier. I think that's just to ward off any of those early cheesy attacks, because overall it's looking pretty standard otherwise. Slightly early gate. The only thing worth noting is that he actually hasn't scouted yet.
That's right, yeah. Now, in a mirror matchup, especially when you kind of know your opponent a little bit, the scouting early is not such a huge issue. It's the scouting slightly later on that becomes extremely important. And now we've got 2 gateways being thrown down for Shase. So he's clearly thought about this build and he's going to go 2-gate straight away. That's what
he'll throw his core down right now. There you go. Because that's just, as I said before, that's what Shase likes to do. He likes throwing down those 2 gates just to ward off against any early proxy rushes, and it always does work. It doesn't cost him any extra to get those 2 gates out. So yeah, there you go. That's his reasoning behind that. And at last, Shase decides to scout.
Yeah, he's unfortunately going the wrong way. Panda did do a bit of a meandering scout. He checked out the closest base by ground, and he went cross positions. It's easy one to get to. Shase is doing exactly the same thing. That's just the accepted route for scouting on this map. In fact, on most maps that are 4-player. Yeah. The second gateway going down now for PandaTank. That went down on, I think, 20. It might have been 19.
Yep.
Shase just double chrono boosting stalkers out now, so you can see very quick double stalker.
That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes, especially if you're not on close positions, it's not always worth getting those first zealots out, because they generally don't do very much in those early fights.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, we've got just 1 stalker coming out from PandaTank, and he's chrono boosting his warp gate research, so he'll get that slightly faster than Shase will. Shase is now chrono boosting that. You can see PandaTank is still slightly ahead. However, he doesn't have 2 offensive units like Shase does. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, yeah, it is pretty close. Okay, so it looks like both guys are either going 3-gate or 4-gate. It'll be pretty interesting to see if both guys go 3-gate, because in the previous games we've seen, they have actually both done that. Shase favoured
now for PandaTank. Nothing yet for Shase.
Shase sort of favoured the 3-gate robo in his PvP matchups above playing 4-gate, and there goes Shase's gateway. So things are looking incredibly even at the moment.
Indeed, if it stays like this, both players will have to rely on their micro to win, because they're both macroing about the same level. You can even look on the probes, there's only a few seconds differential from one to the other. Warp gate timing almost going to complete exactly the same. And there's a 4th gate now for PandaTank. And I think...
Wow, nothing for Shase yet.
I thought I saw a 1 down for Shase, but no.
No, nothing yet. So 4-gate versus 3-gate thus far. I'm probably thinking, there's another pylon going down. I do actually believe that Shase is probably going to throw down a robo, and there it is, yes.
Yeah. There we go. Right, so here's the window now. PandaTank has to get a lot of damage done right now. It's not going to mean that if he doesn't get the game won in the next sort of 6 minutes or so, doesn't mean he's going to lose it. It's just the game is going to be a lot more drawn-out affair. He's going to lose the early advantage of having the 4 gates. Yeah,
we did see a game like this earlier, where the one player went that incredibly early immortal, and it was Shase versus, who was it earlier? And Shase got that immortal out?
Stripe, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm not sure. Anyway, yes, but Shase got those early immortals out. When he got the first immortal out, yeah, Hank, there you go. When he got that first immortal out, then things just got a little bit easier. But when the second one came out, then it just sort of spiraled out of control for Hank. And the amount of damage they deal, the amount of health that they have, just so difficult. But here we go. Let's concentrate on PandaTank.
It's not actually being chrono boosted at the moment. He does have the energy, and he will need to chrono boost that, because otherwise, oh, bad place for a proxy pylon. I think that was cancelled though. I don't think that was killed.
I'm not sure.
He does need to get another pylon up here, and now he knows. Shase knows exactly what is going on. Nice amount of units going here. Nice force field at the bottom of the ramp. He's still trying to focus his pylon.
Oh my goodness!
There's the immortal.
There is the immortal. That is the game changer right there. He needs to keep that alive. He needs to keep it there doing damage and soaking up damage.
He does. Good usage of these sentries. Now you can see the first sentry that came out and got the first force field has almost got enough energy to another one. There's another one just been warped in, so these force fields are going to stay down for a long time. It is going to mean that Shase can get out a second immortal if he wants to.
Yeah.
And it'll give him the time to do that as well. Down in the base of PandaTank, all he's doing at the moment is chrono boosting his warp gates. He's got them all off cooldown so he can get some more units in, but he can't get up the ramp at the moment.
And there's PandaTank. Oh, this, I don't like this. He's thrown down a robo facility. He obviously wants sight up on that ramp, sure. Good thinking there, but he is spending a lot now on getting more tech, where he actually needs to get. I mean, look at this. There's gonna. Oh my goodness, Shase can actually Shase could nearly have blocked something off there.
PandaTank got the best of that exchange. I mean, only one zealot was killed, I think. You can see more immortal coming out, and PandaTank not in a fantastic position with his fall gate. I think now it's about time to withdraw, keep maybe a pressure around sort of the choke coming into the natural and get your own expansion down. Oh no, Robotics Bay coming out, so you can get one base Colossi again. From Shase.
Look, it has been working today. So I'm not going to flame, I'm not going to hate on the one base Colossi, but Shase is clearly ahead now. If you look at the population differences, the supply differences, 70 for Shase, 60 for PandaTank, and part of that 70 is those two immortals, and those cannot be underestimated.
There we go. There's that expansion for PandaTank. All he's got to do is hold here and just keep the sort of contain going on. Not sacrifice his army. That is the last thing he wants to do. But just keep the contain, let that expansion go up, and then he'll be in a better position.
Well, he does have those two sentries, so he can contain. But at the same time, Shase, once again, this is again that little sweet spot moment. Shase has a sweet spot. That the minerals have been wasted. The Nexus is on its way up. The second it goes down, that's it. He's committed to that. PandaTank can't salvage that Nexus. So Shase will have a couple of minutes.
See it just there. So both players will have Colossi out very soon.
Indeed, but Shase will have it out first, and he has those two immortals. So this is nearly exactly the same as the previous game.
It is, yeah. It's very reminiscent of his game against Tank.
The earlier game, sorry. Yeah.
PandaTank is doing a good job, though. He's not thinking, right, I just have to rush up there. I have to kill him now. There's no panic. There's just nice sort of precision. Here comes the army of Shase, and we'll see.
Oh my goodness! And he makes it down the ramp.
Down on the Colossi, and the Colossi just popped the force field. Really good use of that, and you can see the stalkers and the sentries of PandaTank fleeing.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. That is really bad, because I can't believe PandaTank didn't get a force field off there. That would have been so huge for him.
He did, but the Colossi being a massive creature, that just crushed the force, pops it immediately.
Sorry, that's me just losing my train of thought entirely. You are right, and that Colossus definitely worth its weight in minerals right now.
Panda needs to get up onto the high ground. He doesn't really want his stalkers down there. It's going to mean he gets a little bit of an easier job against the Colossi when it comes up. He can bait that forward and hopefully take that out. But it will mean that he can't get spotted by the Immortals. He needs to do something really good here. The Guardian Shields are what he wants.
Oh my goodness, look at the damage done.
Cut in half by those force fields. That's about it. Just those two force fields there have just won the game for Shase.
And that one Colossus at the back just ripping apart all those Stalkers. Those two Immortals as well, taking so much damage there. Their shields are down, but they're still alive and they're still dealing damage. Wow,
PandaTank was just taken out, and that's
PandaTank being destroyed. Well done to Shase again, and that strat we seem to be seeing it a lot more often. I mean, that's a recurring thing for Shase in PvP.